Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Michelle Govea, and I am the president of the Metuchen Education Association. I am a longtime teacher in the district. I joke with my students that I have been stuck in middle school for the past 23 years, but I do love it. While I am always proud of our students of Metuchen, I have never been prouder than tonight. Thank you. When I first started working in Metuchen in 1999, there was a referendum up for a vote to improve all the schools in the district. In my school, Edgar, we increased our size dramatically and changed from a 6-7 building to our current 5 through 8. Thank you to the members of the community who supported that 1999 referendum. For the past 20 years, our students and staff have benefited from the improvements that you were willing to pay for. In 2019, our teacher association met with a subcommittee of the Board of Education to discuss the needs at each of the Metuchen schools. As you can imagine, air conditioning was towards the top of the list. Additionally, adding full-day kindergarten was seen as a weakness of the district that needed to be addressed immediately, since 97% of the districts in New Jersey already had full-day programs. Lastly, we were feeling the impact of increasing enrollment, and the writing was on the wall that we needed to increase the size of our buildings. Word had gotten out about our great community and school district. Due to COVID, the plans for proposing the referendum was stalled, but began again in the spring of '21. Once again, our association met with the subcommittee of the board to discuss the needs of the schools. The information that we shared in 2019 did not change, except that we were feeling the growing numbers of enrollment even more. Back in 2004, enrollment at Campbell, Edgar, and Metuchen High School was around 600 students at each building, with a total of 1,900 students in the district. Currently, we have 2,275 students in the districts, and Edgar School has an all-time high of 763 students. Our numbers are not critical yet, but if our increase in enrollment continues on this same path, we are going to be in trouble sooner than later. Unfortunately, the district needs to seek the support again from the taxpayers before limited space impacts the teachers' abilities to teach and the students' ability to learn. We thank the current and past Board of Education members and the administration who have devoted time and energy into this referendum, and the taxpayers in Metuchen for their continued support of our school district. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for your collaboration with the district as well. Appreciate it. Hello, sir.
Hello. So my name is Arthur Flaherty. I live at 88 Dorm Avenue in Metuchen, New Jersey. First, I'd like to applaud.
Can you maybe pull the mic a little? You're taller there.
I'd like to applaud the GSA for your comments tonight. I really appreciate it. Having a brother who came out in the 70s in a very difficult time, he would say that with respect and understanding and dialogue, we could change the world. And I think that these students are taking a step in the right direction. Appreciate that. I really do. I came here because I grew up in this community. I've had all of my children go through the schools. 2 are currently still here, and all my siblings went through the schools. And my father would always say that it's important for the schools because they're the part of the community that is most important. He said that our schools are the foundation of our community. He would talk about how even after his children grew up, he always supported improvements to our schools. So a story about my dad is he grew up in a poor section in Newark, and he didn't graduate high school because he had dyslexia. And it was, they didn't know about that kind of things then. So what we have to offer here with the improvements and with our specials and the schools that we have built around this community, I think that those things won't go unnoticed. And that's why it was always important for him to say that whatever improvements could be made, we should make for our community. He said that God, his family, and community, and if you knew my father, you knew how much he loved Metuchen. meant a lot to him. So he would say to me, and I'm here to support what he would say today to you if it were up on his ability to vote for this referendum. I concur with what my dad thinks, but I also would like to bring another perspective to the community that's not always seen. And that's the partnership that the police department that I've worked for 30 years has with these schools. And I don't mean the daily security partnership, I mean the town. And when things are bad, when we have storms and when we have power outages, the schools are the first ones to say, hey, we're gonna open our doors to you. We're gonna let you come in for warming stations, let you come in for charging stations. And I don't think that the community always sees this happen. You know, social media might go down, but the schools is one call away to Dr. Caputo, to the board president, and the schools are open for us in our community. And I think that's really important to understand, that when you see how many kids that we have and how our town is growing, that our schools need to grow with it. And that's why it's important for this referendum. And I'll say the last thing is that we as a community demand our administrators and our board to recruit the best of the best for our students. Well, without the facilities to do that, we're not going to be able to get the best of the best. And that's why this referendum is important. And Mr. Glassberg and myself graduated with probably about 120 kids in our class. My brother in the 70s, my sisters, there was 200 plus in their class. And the only reason it worked was we had Franklin School. People they forget that we lost that piece of property that so many of our students were able to go to in middle school, and it kept it age appropriate. You know, as a police officer, I see the importance of letting kids be kids and not having to grow up too quickly, right? So that's why having these schools and separating the grades is so important. So I think that the board has done a great job. Mr. Lifton, awesome presentation. Hopefully one day you don't have to do it and you come over the other side with me on this side. And I appreciate all the volunteers up here that every day you come out here, or not every day, but every month and week, and the subcommittees, all the work that you do for us. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out and adding your voice. Appreciate it. Welcome. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having us. My name is Colleen Diaz. I'm at 58 Upland Avenue. I want to thank, I'm also the president of the PTC, the Parent Teacher Council in Metuchen. And before that, I was recording secretary, so I've been there for a while. I want to thank all of the board members for the work that you have all put into the referendum. I know it's taken, thousands of hours, and it's a lot. The parents that I've spoken to have asked, what about full-day kindergarten? What about air conditioning? A lot of the concerns you guys are addressing in this referendum, and it's really important, I think, that the parents have been heard and that we're doing the things that we can do to make Metuchen even better for our students. I have multiple kids. We've been in Moss, we've been in Campbell, we've been in Edgar. I've had kids eating lunch at 10:30 in the morning, kids eating lunch just before they leave, and kids feeling a space crunch. 28 kids in a classroom sometimes happens, and it's a lot of kids. It's a lot of bodies in a little space. I see in Campbell that they're not really able to use the library right now for the library. Mrs. Darrer has to come with a cart, and these kids are not able in first and second grade to go and, browse the shelves, and you hope that she brought something that you like. And if you really like graphic novels and there aren't any graphic novels on the cart, maybe you're like, I'm not reading anything this week. And that's a disservice. So I really, I'm a big fan of the referendum. I think we need it in our town. We're getting bigger. I don't know what the alternative is. Does it become trailers? I mean, that's sad. And not what this town is about. I mean, we moved here for the schools maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and we've been very, very happy. And I just urge everybody to learn about the referendum. The website is amazing. And there's a lot of information there, and I encourage everybody to vote for it. Vote yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for your work with the PTC, all that you do for our staff and students. Appreciate it. Anybody else? I see. Hello. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Jessica Weiss, and I live at 104 Rucker Street in Metuchen. I'm just here to talk about the referendum and hope everybody votes yes. I have some anecdotal evidence that the referendum could help the students in a few years and also ones that are coming up. Currently, my second grader's classroom is railroaded behind a fourth grade inclusion classroom that used to be the music room. So in order for my son to get into that room, they have to walk through the fourth grade classroom. So it's unfortunate for those fourth graders who don't have a window, any windows in their classroom to even see what's going on outside. And also they're getting interrupted by either a whole class going through their class or individual students who have to go use the restroom or get a drink of water or what have you, right? So that's really doing a disservice to the children who are in that fourth grade class. Additionally, for folks that haven't been keeping up with this and then maybe they're going to watch this, later on or tomorrow, right before they vote, the CAFA gym auditorium combination that Campbell School has really is a disservice to the students, especially when the weather gets bad. They're not able to play and let loose when they have indoor recess. They have to go back to their classroom. So they eat in the CAFA gym auditorium, and then they go back to their classroom to essentially play, board games or something, but for, kids that really need to get their energy out, they don't have that opportunity. So it's really unfortunate. And then I don't have any children in the middle school yet, but I heard that there are some children that, they start school at 7:30 in the morning and then they're not eating lunch until 1:30. I can't do that personally, so I don't know how they're able to keep it together and stay focused on the learning, which is their job. So I really hope the referendum passes